All right. Okay. So thank you very much and welcome to my channel. Today I'm introducing you to this food cost, sales, production, and material usage analysis spreadsheet. Okay. So quickly, we want to move to the introduction aspect of the spreadsheet. And we are going to look at all the function of the spreadsheet. So let me start with the introduction. We are delighted to introduce to you this personal spreadsheet work tool for recording, evaluating, and analyzing your business food cost variance, raw material consumption variances, material movement from warehouse to production, product tracking from production to source point, and other production KPI evaluation. So this is just the introduction, of what this spreadsheet is all about. The spreadsheet is highly simplified. It's presently used by both local and international restaurant brands, and reporting can easily be handled by anyone with limited training. So you just need a very limited training, to handle this spreadsheet. So why is the spreadsheet very important? Yeah, spreadsheet allows for both actual and expected food costs to be evaluated inside of the spreadsheet simultaneously, thereby making food cost variance reporting instant and easily accessible. Now, this is not so for regular software, where only the expected food cost is evaluated inside of the software or the solution. Actual food costs for the software solution has to be calculated externally. Remember, to know if your food cost is within acceptable limits, both the expected material usage food cost and the actual material food cost have to be estimated and compared. This can only be achieved with spreadsheet. I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. The fact is very simple. It is only spreadsheet that can allow you to evaluate both your actual food cost and your expected or ideal food cost. A software solution can only allow you to evaluate your expected or ideal food cost. Actual food cost has to be evaluated outside of the software. You can't do it inside of the software simultaneously. No, you have to evaluate the actual food cost outside. It's only the expected food cost that you can do inside of the software solution. But for spreadsheet, you can evaluate both your actual food cost and your expected food cost, and then you can then know the variance if your actual food cost, is in consonance with your expected food cost, or if it is higher than your expected food cost. And also remember, in food business, your expected food cost is a function of the recipe. The cost component of the recipe, that is what constitutes your expected food cost. But when we are talking about the actual food cost, that has to do with the actual production, the cost of the production, of the product physically. Do they, tally with the expected, that is to say, are your team complying with the recipe standard, or is there any deviation from the recipe standard? So whatever happens is what the variance will be able to tell you. And this can only be done if you are using spreadsheet. But if you are using the standard software solution, well, you will still get the food cost evaluation, but what you will get would be only the expected or the ideal food cost. So number two, spreadsheet allow both expected and actual raw material uses to be evaluated, of course, just as in the case of the food cost. So for the spreadsheet, you can evaluate both your raw material at the actual raw material and the expected raw material usage. Now, spreadsheet are advanced Excel function designed to a solution which allows simple copy and paste. Okay, and hence it can easily be duplicated. It can easily be attached on mail, highly mobile, and easily accessible. This is not so with software package. Software package, the only way you can have access to the data of a software is either you import them from the solution to the Excel, then you can really have a look at them or attach them by mail. But what happens, if you are not accessible to the solution in order to even import it in the first place? I think this is where spreadsheet comes in very handy. And of course, let me also say that spreadsheet is very easy to understand. Okay, your team can easily understand it. All what they need to have is a basic Excel, Microsoft Excel knowledge. And with that, they are good to go. So what are the conditions for using the spreadsheet? Of course, just like any other solution, okay, before you can begin to make use of the spreadsheet, first of all, ensure that all your unstructured measurement, are being converted to the standard unit of measurement. For example, People buy things in basket, people buy things in bags, people buy things in bucket. All these are on standard measurement. So you have to convert them to either the kilogram, you have to convert them, to either in liters or in pieces. Okay, I mean, whatever, but you just have to convert them to the standard unit of measurement. And then another thing also is that spreadsheet don't really need a dedicated storekeeper. No, you don't need a dedicated person, to handle with spreadsheet. You are manager, you are business manager, you are restaurant manager, you are bakery manager, whoever is managing your business can easily have, an overview or can be in charge of your inventory, except where you so decide to do otherwise. So next one we want to look at is what are the reports or what are the solutions, what are the benefits, what kind of report should we be expecting from this spreadsheet? Number one, we are going to expect instant evaluation or determination of actual and expected food costs. And the food costs you are going to get it both in value and also in percentage of sales. Okay, we are also going to look at the material usage variance evaluation across each section. What are the material usage in the store, in the production or kitchen or bakery, whatever name you call it, and also at the sales point. And then we also look at material usage efficiency, both for the ideal usage and also for the actual usage. We also look at the determination of stock manipulation. Are they stock manipulation by your production team? Do they stick to recipe or do they not stick to recipe? This spreadsheet will help you, to give you a data that will show you that if there's any deviation. Then tracking of actual and ideal stock consumption by the business. Of course, this spreadsheet will also take care of that. Tracking of stock and product wastages. This spreadsheet will also help you, to show you wastages at each section. What are the wastages at the store, the wastages at the production unit or the kitchen or the bakery, and the wastages at the sales point. Remember, this is an all-in-one spreadsheet solution that will help small business owners who doesn't yet have the resources, to go into a software solution. With this, trust me, you can and you can carefully manage your business production even up to the sales point. Okay, your material, your inventory, everything can easily be managed with this spreadsheet. You can also determine of operation efficiency, determination of recipe abuses, material cost evaluation, product cross profit, wastage evaluation across a section. I've said this before, and rate of wastage to sales across a section. This will also help you. And then we also look at the material reorder level indicator is there in the spreadsheet. Forecasted versus actual sales analysis is also here. Adjusted sales target for remaining days is also here. Lots of other reports as may be required by you and their interpretation. This spreadsheet is designed to handle so many of these functions. So all these reports, you can get them if you use this spreadsheet effectively. So let's quickly take a look at the dashboard. So this is where the explanation of the analysis, the result of the analysis are being presented. Here you have the expected versus actual sales analysis. So here you have the expect actual sales, the expect the recorded sales, and the sales variance. So the variances will come up in red. Here you choose the month that you want to work with. As you can see, click here to select month. So here you can tell if you want to change the month of June, whatever month that you choose, is going to be replicated across every part of the spreadsheet. So here you choose the number of days that you are working with. In the month of June, are you working 30 days? Okay, so you can choose 30 days. Once you do that, of course, you can see every aspect of the spreadsheet. Here you can input your sales target for the month. So here you can simply click here to choose which of the ingredient or the raw material that you want to look at based on the parameters that are listed here. Of course, here also you can decide to choose which of the product you want to look at. I'm sorry, I didn't choose anything there, so let me just quickly go back. Okay, so whatever product you choose, you can easily look at the parameters of the product based on what is listed here. So here we are going to look at the sales trend, expected food cost, actual food cost. This is what I was talking about. So as we are filling in all the data, the information on this spreadsheet, at the end of it is going to evaluate your expected food cost, and then actual food cost, and then food cost variance. So you are going to look at your food cost variance both in value and also in percentage of recorded sales. Here you are going to look at your month-to-date, month-to-date wastage and food cost analysis in the warehouse, which is the store, at the production, and of course also at the sales point. So here you're also going to look at your month-to-date actual sales, month-to-date recorded sales, month-to-date sales deduction. If there's any deduction from your sales, it's going to appear here, and month-to-date raw material procurement. So all the procurement are being met and sent to the store, the value is going to be recorded here. Okay, so this is the dashboard, and here is the recipe manager. So this way we list out all the recipe, but before we move to the recipe, we have to quickly, list out all the material items. So here you have material item listing analysis. This way you list out all your materials. You can see some materials have already been listed here, for a loaf of bread. So you have the raw material, the unit of measurement, reorder level. Reorder level is simply telling you at one point should the spreadsheet notify you that, look, this material here needs to be reordered, okay? And then you have your net weight, everything is being listed here. Then immediately after that, you move in here to list out your product. You list out your product, the unit of measurement for your product, measurement per portion. So for each portion of your product, what is the measurement? You list out here the material food cost is going to be evaluated based on what you list out here as your recipe. So as you are doing here, if you look at here, we have total material cost per portion here to be 512.83 naira. Okay, this is in naira. So if you go back to the product item list, you see 512.83. So here in Nambu, your estimated factory cost. What's your factory cost? Remember, factory cost constitutes of so many other costs like the overhead, the staff overhead, the maintenance in the bakery or the production or the kitchen, as the case may be, the insurance, the depreciation on the equipment, every other thing that comes in here. So you can simply do the evaluation of that and key in here, and then that will give you a value. Then you now have your total production cost. Here, this where you list out your selling price for each of that. And the moment you do this, so of course, your gross profit before tax is going to come up here in value and also in percentage. So, and you can see under the recipe manager or the recipe converter is only 3 places. Wherever you see yellow, that is where you can actually key in things. Every other aspect of the spreadsheet or in this aspect have already been programmed. Okay, and then so the moment you just key in anything, the value, let me just use an example. If I key in flour here, for example, you can see, make like in flour, the unit of measurement comes out, the value comes out, the unit price comes out. So that has already been programmed to work along. So what I always tell people is, the moment you do this, all you just have to do is you can easily hide, this part of the spreadsheet. The moment you are able to define them, you just right click and click hide with that. That will reduce the worksheet that you need to work with. So this is the warehouse where you can actually do whatever you want to do. Here we have the production, raw material production, which is what we often call work in progress for production. So this part of the spreadsheet, the worksheet here, this with the finished good. That's why you see here we have jumbo bread, medium bread. These are actually finished good. These are their selling price, the unit of measurement. These are already linked. You can't do anything here. Whatever you key in at the product section is going to appear here. So this is already in place. And then here you have the sales point. Remember, at the sales point, you sell the finished product. So that's why you have this here. And here is where you key in the payment detail. Remember, this is just for a demonstration purpose. If you want us to show you a full presentation of how the spreadsheet works, the benefit of this spreadsheet, how you can use this spreadsheet, trust me, just reach out to us. Our contact is here, so you can easily reach out to us. We are going to make a full presentation to you. This is just for the purpose of introducing this spreadsheet. Let me also say that this spreadsheet is being used by both local and international brands in Nigeria. As I'm talking to you right now, it's work very simple. It is very perfect. You can use it for your kitchen production, your restaurant business, your bakery business, your cake business, your confectionery business, whatever production business that you are handling with, you can easily use it, and it will give you a very good solution. Okay, thank you so much. And please, if you are very free to reach out to us, and don't also forget to like our page. Like I said before, if you're interested in this page or any other of our page, please do contact us, like and share our video, and please also subscribe to our channels. We are also very available to design any spreadsheet of your choice that is relevant to your business critical. performance evaluation. Thank you so much and see you in the next presentation.